Today is January the 15th of, well, it's the 15th of January 2017, and I said to myself about 10 minutes ago, I need to make a video to make some money. I've made enough videos of music which bring me nothing, no riches. Well, that's it basically, no riches. So I thought to myself, as it's the 15th of January, we're already 2 weeks into the year of 2017. What can I do to feather my nest? How can I make my retirement more of a reality and less of a far-flung utopian dream that's never going to happen? I said to myself, I bought this cassette recorder. Maybe I could do something with this. Maybe people on YouTube would like to see that and would click on the adverts when they saw it, and all that money would come to me. Imagine each view I would receive 0.0001 of a penny. With 50,000 views I could have enough money to buy a new exhaust pipe. I'd need more views than that, in fact. If I wanted to buy an exhaust pipe and a washing machine, and I didn't buy a second-hand one like I did before, well, I'd need approximately double that. Anyway, on with the video, and it concerns a HiFivox. Now I'm going to have to move myself and change the camera angle and possibly hit the pause button as well, because this is a small production. It's just me basically. So I'm quite impressed with this machine. I've seen one on eBay for sale for €30. Okay, it's not as cool as the Ewer, and there's no tape counter, which is a bit of a shame really. But it does have a VU meter, and can you hear that? If you press, that turns it off. I took the thing all to pieces, and inside is a big legend that says "Do not oil." So I was like, okay, well shit, I'm stuck with that noise then. When it's in its box and the lid's closed, it makes a different noise, yeah. Stop making so. Thank you. Now if you press the stop button, it kind of remains live without the noise, as the motor, it cuts the motor. Now let's see what I recorded earlier. Oh no, this isn't mine, so you can't hear that because I want the money to come to me, right? I'm not paying some French artist who's dead that some bums bought the rights for. Last week I had a red flag on one of my videos. Serge Gainsbourg, I put the subtitles on so everybody outside the Francomonde, the world of France, can appreciate and have a laugh at something he did in a moment of, something or other, Whitney Houston, and I get a red flag from the ENA, the Audiovisual Académie Nationale Française for Audiovisual. I mean, come on, I've appealed, but I've not heard from them. This machine, getting back to this, it's got 2 speeds, right? So change the speed on the run. Coffee. Oh. Okay, so oh no, that's Frank Sinatra. I'm not having that either. Alright, so basically I'm going to pause this and I'm going to record something. The way I'm going to get around this is by reading my own material. You can't say fairer than that. It's my own material, belongs to me, not the ENA Française. This is my material, thank you very much. So I'm going to read that, and also I'm going to say that never work with analog or without remote control, because if you're working without remote control, you're asking for trouble when you're on a staff of one. So, here we go. You've got a pause thing on this microphone, and the microphone itself is quite a cute little thing, and the sound quality is quite good. So, depending on how I edit this, I'll try and mixing the playback with the real, and we'll have say. So okay, so this is best of both worlds, right? Hit it en route, the machine's turning. Okay, so meanwhile, down at the forum, Smart Money says time to sell the market is... Sorry, I can't publish the figure, obviously. I'd be breaking the sacred and much respected indexizer's oath, which explicitly states, if you want to make money, keep quiet. I've never agreed with that philosophy before now, but I've recently started to believe in it. So, as I say, I can't actually reveal the actual level to you this evening. I can tell you about it afterwards, and if anyone's interested, they can hang around until after the event and catch my post-event advice. This is what I wrote on an internet forum about money, basically. Yeah, money. Okay, so now I borrowed a photograph. Okay, so you know I wasn't there in the 1929 crash. Okay. And nobody that saw this video, that's watching this video, was either. So we could not have taken this photograph. So, you know, I borrowed it. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because I know there's so many videos to watch on YouTube that I'm not going to put you through it, basically. I like you too much. I will say more about this recorder. There's no pause. If I want to pause it, I've got to do that. Okay, so there is a pause. I lied. All right, sue me. And what else? Well, you can obviously have a line in with a DIN lead converter because the socket there is a strange one. And I'm not recording this, so I can put that down. There's an adapter that came with it, which has got one end has the... You won't be able to see that. And the other end is a straight 3-pin DIN, so you can come out from your record player, or you know, as was the case, or possibly tape recorder, compact cassette, into this, and there is a pause. So there you go. Let's have a listen. Now it's a flying head, which is good. We like flying heads because when you've got no tape counter, you want one. So now that doesn't work. This is redundant when you're not in record mode. So let's go back. Let's go back in time. If I hit stop like that, you can see the spools keep on turning. The brake, it's quite a nice system. Now, but let's go back some more. I don't want to hear. But why not? That's Frank. I don't want to hear Frank. This is not part of my video, Frank. Afterwards, you always feel better. You can see the slow take up there because I didn't hit stop straight away. Alright. Machine's turning. Okay, so meanwhile, down at the forum. Okay. Smart Money says time to sell the market. Sorry, I can't publish the figure, obviously. I'd be breaking the sacred and much respected indexizer's oath, indeed, which explicitly states, if you want to make money, keep quiet. I've never agreed with that philosophy before now, but I've recently started to believe in it. So, as I say, I can't actually reveal the actual level to you this evening. What a tease. I can tell you about it afterwards, and if anyone's interested, they can hang around until after the event and catch my post-event advice. Okay. This is what I wrote on an internet forum about money, basically. This doesn't work. Yeah, money. Money? Okay, so... Tell me about it. I borrowed a photograph, okay? So, you know, I wasn't there in the 1929 crash. Oh, it's so interesting. We could listen to it twice. And nobody that saw this video, that's watching this video... Alright, so there you go. Turn it off. close the lid and walk off down the street. Now the thing about these tape machines is that they are totally redundant in a sense, because today when I give English lessons to people, and I am available to give English lessons, by the way, when I give an English lesson I say to people, get your phone out and record it, and then you can listen back to it, and it's for your benefit. It's very good. So people who've got telephones, they've got digital recording devices with them at all times, so you really do not need a satchel-sized analog recording device. It really is as useless as a spare wheel without a tyre on it. However, saying all that, this is permanent. If there's an earthquake tomorrow and my village is buried under the rubble, along with me and this cassette player, reel-to-reel player, and the cat, the only thing that will still be viable, providing it doesn't lie near a magnet, is the information contained on this unit. You can take the tape off and you'll be able to listen to this historic recording. And that's the thing about digital tape, about audio tape, analog tape, compared to digital files, which we leave lying around everywhere and lose track of, and you know, so they're not totally redundant and a waste of time. Plus, of course, they do sound good. If you listen to and make a reel-to-reel recording on a decent machine, it sounds brilliant. There's no hiss, there's no nothing, and after all, that is how we still like to make music. You know, like starting with Lenny Kravitz in 1991, there was, let's go back to analog. We've had enough of like recording on digital only. I'm not an expert, you know, and honestly, I'm not flying a flag for anything or anybody. I am flying a flag for you to click on the adverts and me to get a lot of money, because I'm living under a state of siege here. I'm not going to dismirch the memories of Sarajevo and the people that lived in Sniper Alley all those years ago, but it's a bit like that, you know. I've got a landlord who's after me to get out, and the only thing that can stop him throwing me out is money. Now, I have several options. I could either order a new bionic leg, a pair of them really, you know, if you're going to get one bionic leg you might as well get a pair of them, like Steve Austin, and go and work, or win the lottery, or drum up more business with English lessons. I'm trying, believe me, I'm trying to get the world to learn to speak English, the world that doesn't already speak English. And just keep an eye on the time here, because time is money. You know, I mean, I am a good-hearted individual. I make a Serge Gainsborough video. I put English dubbing over the top so that you can watch him burn a 500 franc note, and you can watch him and you can listen to him and understand him saying to Whitney Houston, "I want to fuck her." You can hear that and understand it, and share in the history of it, you know. But no, not anymore, you can't, because I got a red flag for it. So, you know, go figure. You know, that's what the world's like, basically. It's like, fuck you, and just pay your tax, yeah? Pay your tax and shut the fuck up. That's all you're good for. We'll decide what we're going to do with the money. You just pay it, and if you can't pay it, piss off. Well, you know, if that's the spirit of man, then I prefer the brotherhood of man, and I wasn't even a massive fan of theirs, but, you know, running away with Angelo was a bit near the knuckle. You know, it was not the bottom of the barrel, but pretty much the dregs. The actual song for Eurovision was alright, in a way, but anyway, so thank you very much. it's been a fun video, and together we can become millionaires. I'll tell you about it, obviously, when I am, and that way. So, never make a video without remote control, and always put the cat out when you're going on holiday. That way you don't come back to a house full of doodah. No, that's not true actually. Leave the cat in and get a litter tray. It's always the best advice. You don't want to put your cat outside for 3-4 days, especially if it's a female cat and there are tomcats in the neighbourhood. But that's another story for another video, and I didn't do it. She stayed in and she was very happy. I wasn't so happy when I got back and found 14 lumps of in the litter tray. I said to myself, how can such a small animal produce so much rubbish? I'll put it down to the fact that she didn't like being on her own, basically. She just ate. What else is there to do apart from eat and sleep? I can't interact with the boss, so... And the result was more crap than litter. But it stayed in the box, so that was a good thing. I'll see you next time on the next video. Take care. You know, I wasn't there in the 1929 crash, okay? And nobody that saw this video, that's watching this video, was either. So we could not have taken this photograph. So, you know, I borrowed it. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because I know there's so many videos to watch on YouTube that I'm not going to put you through it, basically. I like you too much. I will say more about this recorder. There's no pause. If I want to pause it, I've got to. Okay, so there is a pause. I lied. Alright, sue me.